Good morning, y'all. Welcome to Mrs. Cameron's third grade. Today we're going to be looking at Tennessee Science Standards, Earth Systems, 3.ESS 2.3. We're going to look at using tables, graphs, and tools to describe precipitation, temperature, and wind, the direction and speed of wind, to determine local weather and climate. Our vocabulary words. Now, I'm not going to read through these because you all did have a test last week on them, and we looked through them on Friday before the weekend. So our vocabulary words were weather, climate, temperature, anemometer, precipitation, cool, clear, cloudy, rain, rainy, hot, and dry. I'm sure y'all remember most of those vocabulary words, and if not, when class is over, we can review them a little further. What is precipitation and how does it work? Precipitation is any type of liquid or frozen water that forms in the atmosphere and falls back to Earth. That means precipitation can be rain, sleet, snow, hail, and mist. So what happens? In this picture, you have a collection of water. It evaporates into the sky, and it finds a cloud and starts to condensate inside that cloud. Now, once the water gets a little bit heavy, it'll fall, and that becomes precipitation. Now, what makes that water fall from the cloud is gravity. Rain. Rain is a form of precipitation. It's water that falls from the sky. It's measured by a rain gauge in inches or centimeters. So over here at the side, you'll see this rain gauge. And it looks about 1.5 inches of water that it's actually caught. Now that could be something that you sit out and you check every week or you check every 2 or 3 days. But it will give you an idea of how much water we have actually had in our area. Snow. Snow is soft, white pieces of frozen water that falls from the sky. Snow is measured by using a ruler on a flat surface. So most of y'all probably have decks or concrete near your homes. Next time that it snows, I'm letting you know that all you have to do is take a ruler and take it outside, sit it down in the snow, and it'll actually show you how much snow has fallen in a day. Or maybe it starts snowing at 3 o'clock in the day and you decide to go out there and check it at 5 o'clock. You can know how much snow has actually fallen in a couple hours or a couple days or a week. It'll tell you exactly that. You just need a flat surface and a ruler. Sleet. Sleet are ice crystals that fall toward the ground. They partially melt and then they refreeze a little more. So it's like rain and snow together. Hail. Hail usually happens during the summer and is formed in a certain type of cloud. It starts with warm water in the bottom of the cloud and then moves and rotates to the top of the cloud that's colder. And it continues to make this rotation until gravity steps in and makes it fall. And when hail happens, you can actually look at it and see the layers of the ice and see how severe the thunderstorm even was. Wind. Wind is much different than precipitation, but it's equally as important. Wind's not something you can see or hold, but it is something you can feel. It's an equalizer of our atmosphere. It transports heat and it pollinates our entire Earth. We find the direction of wind with a wind vane or a sock direction. We measure the wind speed with an anemometer. So right here, you'll see the chicken on top of that little pole with north, south, east, and west right there. And whenever the wind is blowing, and whatever the direction those are moving, you will actually see what direction our wind is coming from. Same with the sock direction. The wind goes inside the sock direction, and it comes out this little hole, and whatever direction that sock direction is flying in will tell you what direction our wind is blowing. Now, right here where this man is holding this anemometer, you'll see 3 cups. Sometimes there's more than that. But one of the cups is usually painted a different color than the rest. And when the wind is blowing, you'll pay attention to that one cup that is colored differently, usually red. We're going to say red. We were going to pay attention to the red, and every time it turns in front of our face, we're going to count in 30 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, and so on. So if it passes your face 10 times in 30 seconds, then you're going to say 10, you're going to multiply that twice, and you'll actually get how fast our wind is blowing. Temperature. Temperature is a degree of hotness or coldness that can be measured using a thermometer. It's also the measure of how fast the atoms and molecules of a substance are moving. In this photo, or in this picture, you'll see a picture of a thermometer. In the first photo, there's snow above it, and it looks like it's about -4 degrees. In the next picture, you'll see the example of about 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Those are totally different temperatures, but there's the same type of thermometer that is telling you how cold or hot it is. Weather. Precipitation is not only the part of weather. It is a mix of events that happen each day in our Earth's atmosphere. Weather can change in minutes, hours, days, and weeks. The weather's different all around the world. Weather is a minute-to-minute change in the Earth's atmosphere. So, for example, our weather in East Tennessee is much different than Hawaii's weather. So our weather, we usually have all 4 seasons. We have spring, summer, winter, and fall. But in Hawaii, they have what's called summer and winter, even though their winter is only 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Now to us, that's a spring or fall. Sometimes it might be summer, but it's going to be the closer to fall part of summer or the closer to spring part of summer. It's not going to be our hot summer right in the middle of June or July. But in Hawaii, that's considered their winter. Climate. Climate is what weather is like over a long period of time in a specific area. Everywhere has different climates. Some parts of the world have hot and rainy nearly every day. Those are what's called a tropical climate. Some parts are cold and snow-covered most of the year, and that's what's going to be a polar climate. Between the icy poles and the steamy tropics are many other climates that contribute to the Earth's biodiversity and geological heritage. The climate graph. Right here we have a climate graph, and these bar graphs right here are going to measure our precipitation. So it's going to measure how much rain, hail, sleet, snow has fallen over a certain period of time. Now the red bar right here is going to show you the temperature over that certain period of time. And together those both tell us what our climate is going to be. All right, here's a picture of our forecast. Now, we're not going to look too much into that, but you'll see a sunny right here, a sun here, and a little bit of cloud with a drop of rain. That just means there's going to be a low percentage of rain. That's it. Now that we know all about precipitation, weather, and climate, and how to measure them with the tools and the graphs, we can look into our activities. So here's my works cited page. That's it. Let's go straight into, not that, to our worksheet. All right, right here is our worksheet, weather and climate. We're going to look at wind speed, precipitation, temperature, and wind direction. And we're going to connect those to where we think that goes. So 1, wind speed. What do you think wind speed is going to be? How fast the wind is. That's exactly right. We're not going to answer all these together because y'all are going to do them on your own. Now, number 2. What do you think number 2 is? What does it look like? A sock? That is exactly right. It's a sock direction. On part 2 right here. So what describes the weather for this entire week? So we see sunny on Monday, Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. That's 4 out of the 7 days that it's sunny. Now, 2 of the days are mostly sunny, but have a little bit of clouds. And one of those days is raining. But that is still, you'll see. Now, is 3 better than 4? No. So, our climate or weather for this entire week is going to be a sunny weather. Part 3. So part 3, which answer best describes the forecast that's seen above? Do you see Tuesday, the coldest day? The high's 42. That's lower than the rest. I believe that's right. Tuesday is the coldest day. Now on part 4 right here, we're going to look at the state of Texas. And we're going to be looking at the wind direction. So, which places do you see that have the same direction of wind? Does Houston and Dallas have the same direction of wind? One's blowing east and one's blowing southeast. That's not the same direction. Not exactly. What about El Paso and Amarillo and Midland? El Paso and Midland are both blowing northeast, but Amarillo is blowing southeast. So that tells us that that's partially right, but that's not completely it. So let's jump down here to part D, or answer D. El Paso and Midland. Well, that has to be it because Amarillo and Houston, one's blowing southwest and one's blowing southeast. So now we know El Paso and Midland are our answer. They're both blowing northeast. Alrighty. Now we're going to be looking at our foldable. Right here we have a foldable. All you're going to do is take a sheet of paper, fold it a little bit right here, just however much you want to give it a tab. And then you're going to fold it in half. And on the front part, it's going to say weather symbols. And we're going to be looking at weather symbols. On below, you don't have to do this, but this is what I did. I made a weather forecast for myself and used the different types of symbols. But here we're going to draw out the symbols that the Weather Channel uses. So we have sunny, partially sunny, or partly cloudy. It's basically the same thing. Mostly cloudy, overcast, rain, snow, thunderstorms, scattered thunderstorms, tornado, high pressure, low pressure, cold front, warm front, stationary front, and hurricanes. We have all those different symbols. Now I know y'all can't see this really good, so I have taken a photo of it and uploaded it for y'all to see so that you can make your foldable until we are actually back in class together. Now, if you all have any questions, please just message me, have your mom and dad message me, whatever you need help with, just let me know. Thank y'all. Have a great day.